You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, well, I got to tell you, we're getting a lot on last night's incident involving Natasha Cloud and Enes Kanter Freedom. He showed up last night to the Chicago Sky Fever game to support Sophie Cunningham and the Protect Women's Sports movement. He hung out with the rally outside. Damn near got attacked by Chicago Sky fans out there. Of course, they were belligerent and very vulgar, as was Natasha Cloud. And this has gotten deeper and deeper and deeper. You got quite a temper, it seems. I wonder what makes a person have quite a temper. What makes a person have such a deep voice when they're a woman? Question mark? Just throwing that out there. But, of course, these players are triggered because they want, by God, men to be allowed to compete in women's sports. They literally want to destroy their own sport. Enes Kanter and Royce White are trying to make a point because the WNBA refuses to define clearly what a woman is. He was wearing a shirt, woman, noun, adult, human, female. He wore that shirt. This was Natasha Cloud going at Enes Kanter last night. Wait till you hear what she said to him, because she drug Sophie Cunningham into this. Wow.
With one of the players. The player was Natasha Cloud right there, walking up and yelling at him. You can see his T-shirt. It says, woman, noun, adult, human, female. He's standing up for women's sports.
So Natasha Cloud was happy that she hit a three-pointer, so she screamed at Enes Kanter. He got up.
And so she got triggered. He got tossed. And for no reason, you've got a radical liberal woman that gets in his face right here. I don't know if she's part of security. I don't know who this is right here. I assume she works in the arena. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out why was Enes Kanter Freedom tossed out of this game. Because he made it clear he wasn't causing a disruption. And of course, this left-wing lunatic arena in Chicago, I mean, look, you voted in Lori Lightfoot, you voted in Brandon Johnson, two of the most worthless individuals to ever walk the earth. Rhodes, too much politics on this channel. I don't care. This cause is more important, and we've been covering this shit for 6 years. Do you think I was just going to fold? You got to be kidding me, right? Not a chance. Not a chance. So, Enes Kanter fully explaining what was said, and this is wild.
Enes, what happened tonight?
What happened tonight? Good question. So I was literally out there. I mean, I'm a huge fan of basketball, a huge fan of women's basketball, and I was there to watch the game, and I was really excited because I'm a huge fan of the Fevers. And so I was just literally just there to just watch the game. And then first half went amazing. I was having so much fun with my friends and stuff. And then it was towards the end of the third quarter. And Sophie Cunningham shot a three. And I put my hands up to celebrate, right? Literally a couple positions later, Natasha came back and started screaming and yelling and said, she's not going to sleep with you. And I was like,
she's not going to. So in Natasha Cloud's mind, Enes Kanter's doing all this to try to get in Sophie Cunningham's pants. Wow. Wow, you got to be pretty ignorant to believe all of that. Okay. But that's what she's worked up in her own little mind, right?
I am not trying to sleep with her. I'm just here to protect women and support her. And then obviously after that, she started yapping and she started to walk towards me. And literally I just got up and then I was like, I'm just here to protect women and that's all, right? And then she started to yell. She started to use some very heavy language. She started to actually cuss. And I was very shocked that there were a lot of kids and that there were a lot of teenagers was at that game. And I just cannot believe that she was just cussing and using those F-bombs in front of all these kids. And that is not, I mean, I'm sure like she's loved in Chicago and many kids and idolizing her and stuff, but that's not a WNBA athlete should react, you know? And then anyway.
Kathy Engelbert, WNBA. You think that's appropriate for one of your players to be dropping F-bombs with kids sitting right there? Boy, that's good. This league is a joke. This league is a joke. Adam Silver, at some point you got to get involved and get control of this league and these players.
Then after that, the security guy, came, and then I was like, listen, you need to leave. I was like, can you please tell me why do I need to leave? They said, look, you just need to leave. And then they literally, I don't want to say they dragged me, but like they pretty much like pushed me to leave the gym. And then after that, I had a conversation with the police officers, which I respect a lot. I was like, listen, I was just there to protect women.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That's crazy. So this is Enes out here during the rally to protect women's sports and for Sophie Cunningham. Natasha Cloud's worked it up in her warped mind that Enes is doing all this because he wants to get with Soph. Do you know the level of crazy you got to be to go there? I mean, she already got all homophobic over the dildos on the court, so here we are. By the way, what happened last night? Natasha Cloud should be suspended or fined. Somebody dug this up right here. Rules for players. No entering stands. Players cannot enter the spectator seating area under any circumstances during active game periods. No obscene gestures. Making vulgar or threatening hand signals towards fans triggers an automatic technical foul or ejection. No abusive language. Directing profanity, insults, or derogatory remarks at members of the crowd is heavily fined. Kathy Engelbert ain't got the balls. Ain't got the balls. Prohibited physical escalation. If an altercation occurs near the sidelines, players must let the arena security and staff handle the situation rather than confronting fans directly. Wow. And then, okay, my boy Johnny Root posted this. Natasha Cloud put this on her threads because, of course, she didn't put it on Twitter. And, of course, here we are with these despicable mother effers talking about kids again. To every trans kid person, you are a part of my community and tribe. You belong, you're loved, you're seen, you're perfect as you are, and you will always be protected by me. These people really believe they're some kind of superhero for maybe the most despicable and gross cause I've ever seen in all my life. I mean, woof. What are we doing? What are we doing? The WNBA severely needs to get rid of about 5 good players. Just 5 players. Natasha Cloud, Alyssa Thomas, Dejanay Carrington. Let's throw DeWanna Bonner in there. So that's 4. We'll call it 4. I'm sure I could come up with a 5th. But just get them out of the league, and the league would be so much healthier. Think about how many incidents would not have happened if those 4 we're out the league. Just that simple. Again, how heavy's the PED testing? How much testing for testosterone are you doing in the WNBA? I'm just protecting trans kids. Yeah, you don't get that voice for no reason. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.